What is up, guys? It's your boy Smurf here, bringing you another live com. Today I'm going to be talking about the time I got kicked out of school because I threw a snowball at my teacher's face and broke his nose. It's legit. In England, we very rarely get snow, and if we get snow, it's like once every, I'd say, 4 or 5 years. And sometimes it doesn't even stick long enough for you to do anything with the fucking snow. But this one year we got snow and I was in school. We're on this field at the back of our school, which is like where all the people in our school used to play sports, like football, rugby. All the field type sports our school used to play on that field. So we'd go there during lunch and break and stuff. So when we were on lunch one afternoon in the snow, when we were in school, the snow had like melted, so it was mainly ice. And if you could find a little bit of snow, it was that black shit that you'd never want to touch because you'd have a concern whether it's got dog shit in it or something. When we was on lunch, my friend said to me a day to throw a snowball at our teacher, and I was like, yeah, cool. I'll do that, not bothered. So I threw this, I got the snowball, but I compacted it way too hard, so then it turned into like a fucking ball of ice. I think you can picture where this is going. Me not realising what I'd just fucking done, I decided to see the teacher. I shouted his name. Let's call him Mr. Broken Nose. We'll call him Mr. Broken Nose, shall we? So, Mr. Broken Nose, I shouted Mr. Broken Nose's name. He turned around, and just as he turned around, I launched a snowball and it dinked him right in the face. And when I say dinked him, you heard the connection, and that connection was not nice. Was not a nice sound at all. So anyway, after a couple of seconds after I threw the snowball, I was kind of waiting to see what he'd do, and if it was like anything major. This kid with this M8 is disgusting. He needs to fuck off. See if he could see if I could realise what I just, not realise what I just did, because I knew what I just fucking did. It was more bothered about the sound that I heard as the snowball hit his face. But when the snowball hit his face, it was like a crunching sound, and I did not know whether it was going to be the ice or the snow that was making that sound. Ice, like the ice ball, or his nose that was making that sound. So I was a bit concerned because I thought, oh fuck, I've done some serious damage to this cunt. So anyway, later on in that day, not later on, about 2 minutes after he covered his nose and was making pain noises, he kind of walked towards me and was like, who the fuck threw that snowball? Swearing and everything. And I was like, oh, it was me, it was only a joke. And he said, do you think this is a joke? Moved his hand. He had a cut on the ridge of his nose, as well as almost instant black eyes, and his nose was pissing with blood. I felt so bad. But it was kind of funny at the same time, if that makes sense. Kind of felt bad what I just did. But I didn't, in a sense, because Mr. Broken Nose was a bit of a dick anyway, of a teacher. Imagine how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like an absolute tit because I just fucking threw this ice ball at his teacher and it smacked him around the nose and broke his nose. I kind of thought, that crunching noise that I just heard was not the ice, it was his nose, because the state of his nose was in. I was like, shit. I'm in serious shit right now. Fucking M8, I'm dead. So he dragged me to the head teacher's office, and there's this chair outside the head teacher's office. If you're in trouble, you kind of sit in. So then my head teacher came out and was like, why did you throw this thing at the snowball at the teacher? And I was like, well, I thought it was snow, and it obviously wasn't. It turned into ice. He said, but you shouldn't be doing that to a teacher anyway. And I said, well, I did it anyway. So let me hold, I got suspended from school for 2 weeks. My mum was so pissed. She was like, I've never seen my mum so angry before in all my life. It was so weird seeing her that pissed off. But my dad found it hysterical that I just did that to a teacher. He knew it was wrong what I just did, but he just thought it was funny anyway. Because that's the sort of sense of humour my dad has. Is if someone's in pain, he kind of finds it funny. In moderation, if it's not a child or an elderly person, he's kind of alright about certain stuff like that. But that suits his character has. A specialist or whatever. Pretty cool. So before I was even allowed back into school, I had to write in a fucking apology letter. Now can you imagine how embarrassing that is for me to do to a teacher who I couldn't stand anyway? And the fact I broke his nose, I had to apologise to him via writing him a letter. Now that is so degrading for me, but I was such a dickhead anyway. So I wrote this letter apologising for what I did, but wasn't really sorry for what I did because it found it more funny than anything else. Once I wrote this letter, I was allowed back into school. So then when I went back into school, he wanted me to apologise to his face as well as give him this letter. Now that pissed me off anyway, because the fact that I was made to write a fucking, essay apologising for what I did, and then he expected me to apologise to his face as well. The fucking cunt was not getting an apology off me like that, as well as a written letter. So I got into like serious trouble for not apologising to his face, and I was like, well, hang on, if you're expecting a fucking letter as well as me to apologise to your face, don't expect both, at least expect just one. That's just too much. I went back to school after a 2-week suspension and got a week's worth of detentions all in the same fucking day. You can imagine how annoying that would be, considering you just come back off 2 weeks suspension. So then my mum got wind of me not apologising to his face, and then she got like super pissed off, and I got grounded even longer than what I was originally. Ugh, it was annoying. Ah, what the hell was that? That should have been a collateral, bitch. I finally got diamond too, guys, if you didn't realise. If you didn't notice. Diamond on this game looks super weird. I'm not a very big fan of it, honestly. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these stories. I've got plenty of. If you wish to hear more, then let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and comment. And this is your boy Smith. Peace.